everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
Trump has a complete meltdown on social media, posting a bunch of memes all over his approval rating, all over the Iran war. Things are looking bad for him. Let's get into it.
Isaiah, the president losing it on social media is not exactly a new thing, but it also, I think, as the challenges that he's facing become more and more serious, it is an issue that the president can't seem to keep his head on straight when we're facing a war, an economy that's unstable, and his party is facing an election in November.
I think ultimately the reason why his numbers are so bad is because he's not focused on anything that anybody cares about. One of the most interesting parts of that poll shows that he's down 8 points specifically with Republican voters when it comes to his handling on the economy. I mean, they look around, they see the promises that he made. He said that we'd have $1 and something gas. That never happened. He said that we would have half off our energy bills within the first year of him being in office. That never happened. All these things that he promised has not happened. And so I think people across the country are looking to say, look, this president is not delivering. He hasn't fulfilled his promises, and they want to see something different. I see that's the reality.
Yeah, I mean, on Republicans, as you point out, only 34%.
Can anybody agree with that? Does anybody agree that that Donald Trump is not focusing on what the people want? I don't know any of his policies because, I mean, if we're talking about getting illegals out of America, that could be a policy. Save America Act, that's a policy. I mean, that should be a given, but it is what it is. I guess that's a policy to make sure that we have free and fair elections. But I guess the only elections that are rigged are the ones that he loses, so it doesn't really matter. But even if the elections are rigged, they could be rigged in his favor too, right? So there's that. I mean, his policy should be closing out this Iran war right now. That should be the goal. But I don't think we have a plan. I don't even think we have an exit plan. I don't think we have a strategy right now. I think what was supposed to happen was an immediate resolution. But once you start shooting at people, then I guess, all bets are off. So that's kind of what happened. And we're starting to see more and more attacks on Iran from U.S. forces. So there's that. So
in this Washington Post poll say that their financial situation is better now compared to January 2025 when Trump took office. 18% say they're not as well off. 48% say that they're about the same. Meanwhile, the president is using social media. I'm not sure if this is like a teenager or like he is an 80-year-old man. So maybe this is what, elderly people are doing on the internet. But it's all these memes of him dealing with the Iran war, guardian of the world, all kinds of things. I mean, Lydia, what is he doing?
He is prolific. You can give him that. Look, obviously, it's going to be up to the voters to decide in the midterms. I think that there's things he can point to, Trump accounts, Trump RX, but I think it's going to come down to gas prices as well, which have been coming down, and now we're going up a bit more than I think he would like to see. I think the interesting thing, though, is the incumbent is typically challenged as he heads into the midterms, but in this case, consider the alternative. And the Washington Post has been reporting what Trump voters are feeling, and they feel frustrated. But in the words of one gentleman, he said he's not going to vote for crazy-ass Democrats. So I think that's what it's going to come down to. People may have frustrations that they don't feel as affordability is as much of a focus, and yet consider the alternative. And some of the loudest voices in the Democratic Party now are pushing for the abolition of private property.
Can I just add to what Lydia? Can I just say something about what Lydia said, though, on the challenges? Because you said that this president is entering this midterm cycle with challenges, but a lot of these challenges are self-inflicted. I think when it comes, like he came in, he can take credit for, I think, bolstering the economy in maybe the first part of his opening year. But you look at inflation today. I mean, he was in Michigan, and before the war in Iran, gas was $2.90. And now today it is $4.22. And that is because of this war of choice. And then so you look at that, you look at the price of groceries.
When you start to see inflation, you really start to see it. Water used to be $3.25, $3.50 for a pack of like 40 bottles of great value water, not Dasani, not damn Fiji, not great value. Okay, water is water over here. Okay, just don't waste it. Okay, I hate half drank bottles of water left around my house by kids. Anyway, it's like almost $6. This is in Oklahoma, so if it's higher out in your area, good luck. Okay, but it's almost $6 in Oklahoma, and I'm like, damn, that's almost 100% more than what it was previously, and I'm talking about last year, not even like years ago. It was last year. It was only $3, maybe $3. So I just see inflation, man, just going crazy. And when things like that happen, I mean, I literally bought, this is what I bought when I went to Walmart, and I spent $103. I bought my daughter's shampoo and body wash. I bought some light bulbs, which was like $20 for 12 light bulbs. I bought the water, which was like almost $6. I bought some juices, and what else did I buy? I bought something else. But anyway, I bought my daughter some bath bombs. It was like $5. Who cares? Whatever. But anyway, I forgot what else I bought. But anyway, my total came up to $100. And I was like, damn, I literally had like 10 items. 10 items, $100. The shampoo and body wash was $20. The light bulbs was $20. Some other stuff I bought, I don't know. But anyway, $100 that fast, and it's just like, damn, inflation is killing us.
You look at the spread of measles, you look at a diarrhea disease, and all around the country, people are wondering, what is this president actually going to deliver?
I mean, I don't know that he's responsible for cyclists, Sarah.
I think that people want a government that works for them. And when you can't trust what's coming from your government, whether it comes from measles or when it comes from not taking shots, like you tell me, like
not
RFK
taking
is doing.
shots is causing the diarrhea disease?
Well, I think that is happening under President Trump.
Trump puts hot dogs on it. I mean, ketchup on his hot dog. I mean, ketchup on his eggs. Trump put ketchup on his eggs. Trump puts ketchup on his hot dogs. Yeah, he puts ketchup on his eggs. That's gross.
Not happening under anyone else?
Well, look, it was obvious.
If you were really worried about disease, I mean, why were you worried about millions of people crossing the border who didn't have any?
I mean, well, it's not happening under Joe Biden.
Go ahead, Isaac.
But here's the thing. You made a statement about what's crazy. I think what's crazy is when you have the president of the United States acting like Abe Simpson, going and waving his fist at the cloud on social media and putting tariffs on countries like Canada that we have free trade with. Do you support the tariffs on Canada that have raised prices for people?
If we want to talk about his social media presence, it always has been.
Do you support the tariffs?
It's going to be up to voters to decide.
She won't answer that. This is a quick yes or no.
They want to do with midterms.
The tariffs on Canada.
Why does it matter what I support?
Why does it matter?
It's up to voters in the midterms. But I'd say with the AI thing, it really triggers a lot of people, which I think, frankly, he likes to see.
You don't want to.
I think you're right. I think people do like to see that engagement. I don't know that it's
some people like to see him.
Yeah, that's the issue at hand. Although we are talking about what Trump has put on social media, she went back to the Trump put on social media, but he asked her, is she all right with the tariffs? And she won't answer that because she wants to talk about the social media posts. Like, Trump is doing good with AI. Let me tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. Whoever's running Trump's account, he says he's not, but I don't know. They talk like he talk. So if he talk like that and somebody is able to articulate what Trump would say in a message, they're pretty good. And he better watch out for them because they're going to take his own job. But she's trying to get back to the subject at hand about Trump's social media. And I agree with it. Get back to the social media stuff because that's what we came here for.
Him tweeting out a bunch of unhinged
the
AI
base
memes? Is that
likes this.
I think you're right.
But the real question is, again, when prices are up, why is it that this president went and engaged in more tariffs on Canada when we already know that that has significant price pressures? Why did he do that, Lydia?
Because it's self-inflicted.
Look, voters are going to have to decide if they think
You don't
he's
have an
doing
answer for
enough
that?
for
Why would he do
affordability.
that?
I'm not here to answer for
The answer
every
is that
single
there is no
policy that
reason.
he
That's what's
implements.
really crazy.
Okay.
I think that's what voters are going to react to.
It is also, I mean, it's a fair point that the reality of Trump's decision making in this moment is the root of the issue. He's lashing out at all sorts of people, reporters, he's tweeting out memes, but he refuses to stop doing the things like tariffs, like getting into a war that he promised Americans he wouldn't get into, that are causing some of the problems that he's dealing with right now.
I think that if the president was having this negative impact across the entire country, then Democrats would be doing a lot better as the opposition party.
We've won pretty much every special election
we're
there
doing
is.
pretty good.
We won
The
in
current
Kentucky,
generic
we won in
ballots,
Louisiana. Trump's own state house district has been won by a Democrat. That's pretty successful, I would say.
According to the last Reuters poll, Democrats
I'm not
consistently...
talking about polls, I'm talking about election
I'm
results.
talking about polls because we're getting closer
Well, we're
to the
talking about
midterms.
election results.
We're talking about the
Democrats
generic
are winning
congressional
those.
ballot, as my point was. If the president is so detrimental to everything, I should see the Democrats skyrocketing in all of the
He's
polls. and I'm
losing
not
almost
seeing it.
every special election there
we
is.
talked about this last week.
I think Donald Trump is actually happy. Donald Trump posted something on Truth Social today. He says, "Up like a rocket, CNN data guru says Lindsey Graham's sister is now clear favorite to win primary." Donald Trump has never spoke highly of anyone at CNN, and this is how you know this man is crazy. This is how you know that man is crazy, because he is talking about CNN data guru says Lindsey Graham's.
We just learned this morning the late Senator Lindsey Graham will be honored in a special ceremony at the U.S. Capitol next week. The senator's sister has been appointed to fill the remainder of his term, and now President Trump has endorsed Darlene Graham for a full 6-year term. With us now, CNN chief data analyst Harry Enton. There is a Republican primary to fill this seat for the full 6 years, or to nominate someone to run for the full 6 years. What are the prediction markets saying about that race right now?
Darlene Graham's chances have rocketed up because rarely has the power of one man and his endorsements in primaries been as strong with Donald Trump. Why don't we take a look here? Okay, chance to win the South Carolina special Republican primary. Darlene Graham, on Friday, she stood at just a 14% chance according to the Cashapp prediction markets. As I said, up like a rocket. Now an 80% chance as the Trump endorsement is coming. Again, the power of one man, and Graham herself saying that, in fact, she is going to run full deferred term. So we're seeing an 80% chance. Look, that's not 100%, but it is way, way higher than 14% chance. She's the clear favorite to fill that seat.
All right, so you heard it right there. That is what Donald Trump tweeted on Truth Social. And up like a rocket, CNN data guru says Lindsey Graham's sister is now clear favorite to win primary. Now, somebody in the comments said, unfortunately, he's right. Democrats should be doing more. And you're absolutely right. You know, I don't know what the disconnect is between Democrats and their voters, but nobody is seeing any. Nobody's going for what the Democrats have to offer. The Democrats are not loud enough. They don't have the right people backing them. Like if we had somebody we trusted, like Bernie Sanders, if we had somebody like that we trusted to endorse people for, you know, who's to vote for. Bernie Sanders does have some socialist views, but he's still a good, trustworthy source. There are a lot of people that I wouldn't particularly listen to because they have their own agendas. But I think Bernie Sanders is more for the people. And like I said, I wouldn't even, it's like Hakeem Jeffries. I think he'll be a great person to endorse and push people. But you don't see enough of Democrats, or it's not being highlighted in news when Democrats are putting out who they want to support. And yes, they should be doing more. But of course, when every news camera's on Donald Trump, he reaches the masses because he's the president. Every time he speaks, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you listen. So being a Republican in whatever city you in, and if Donald Trump endorses a person in your area, you're going to vote for him because you're Donald Trump's guy. And that's it. But Republicans don't get, the Democrats don't get the same televised promotion. So it is what it is. I think Democrats could do more. They just don't want to.
A recent poll showed that Democrats have overtaken Republicans in terms of who Americans trust to deal with the economy.
Strangely, the Reuters poll that I've got right here doesn't say that.
Look, not every poll is the same.
Well, then that's why we're citing me.
But my point is, there are some polls.
Come through and hit the like button, man. Show your boy some love.
Showing that Trump is losing ground on key issues, especially on the economy, which is typically something that Republicans do well on. When you look at his approval rating on issues from the economy to Iran to trade to immigration, he's underwater on all of those issues.
So I should expect to see voters trusting Democrats over Republicans, and I'm not seeing that.
You are seeing that. You are seeing that in polls.
Again,
why we won in Georgia, why we won in Texas, why we won in Kentucky, all across this country. Voters are choosing Democratic candidates in special elections. What are you talking about?